Hello and greetings to all the viewers of DKT. This is Harshvardhan Singh. I have secured All India rank 11 in the Indian Statistical Services Examination 2020. A brief introduction about myself. I studied in St. Mary School Seeker. Thereafter, I joined Birla Public School Pilani, and then I joined Kirodimal College in Delhi University, where I did BSc Honours in Statistics. Thereafter, I did MSc Statistics in Hindu College from University of Delhi. After my post-graduation, I started preparing for this examination of ISS. I took coaching under the guidance of Professor Yashveer Singh. He is retired professor from Rajasthan University. Talking about my family background, both my parents are retired teachers. Both my sisters are elder to me. The eldest sister is a publisher. The second oldest sister is doing an MBA from Texas University. Both my brothers-in-law have also guided me to this accomplishment of mine. So as we all know, both the Indian Economic Services and Indian Statistical Services, they have common papers of General English and General Studies. So I am going to discuss these papers now. First of all, General Studies. As we all know, this paper actually consists of history, geography, polity and current affairs mainly. So first things are my mistakes which I committed in this paper of GS. I think I had overburden of the material. Look, if there is an exam of General Studies or General English tomorrow, then we are not going to have more than 2/3 of our day for the revision purpose. So we should make our notes very crispy so that we can revise them before the examination. What happened was that I could not even revise the main and core issues and topics which actually came in examination. For example, the Australian bushfire question was there. I did prepare it, but I could not attempt it because of the lack of revision. Also because of lack of notes, I could not remember some of the events of history as well. Now discussing all the subjects, their references, their sources and the strategy which I used. So coming to the history part first, I referred the Vajiram and Ravi coaching institutes handwritten notes and yellow books. Apart from this, I also used Manchitron Mein Itihas Darshan by First Rank Publication, and I will tell you why I used this Hindi medium book. Now coming to the strategy of history subject, then I would suggest you to have a very selective reading of all your notes, but always revise it multiple times. Take help from your family and friends. For example, my mother actually helped me a lot. She used to read some of the topics and then she used to tell the story of the topic which she read throughout the day or the week. Because of her only, because of this kind of strategy, I could attempt many of the questions in history. For example, there was a question of Mansabdari. I learnt it from my mother only. I think that was a very technical question. I could not have attempted it on my own. So take help from your friends or family. Make resources as much as possible. Talking about geography, then I would suggest reading the NCERT books, class 11 physical environment, class 12 human geography and India, people and economy. Vision IAS magazines are also helpful, and newspaper reading will tell you which are the current issues, which are the hot topics which you need to cover for the examination. In this paper, my strategy was that I observed that there were a lot of questions which were getting repeated in many of the examinations, in the past year examinations. So I made a question bank of all such questions and tried to solve such questions. What this thing will do is that it will help you building confidence. It will let you understand that these papers of general studies are not impossible to solve. I would also suggest you to use maps. There is a myth among ourselves that drawing map is very difficult. Now there is YouTube, so you can definitely watch many assisting videos of YouTube which can let you draw a map of India within, I think, not more than 50 or 40 seconds. So that can also fill the space in a very good way. It is also going to give good presentation to your answer. Apart from this, I think sustainable development goals can be used in the conclusion of many answers. That is a very good trick to attain good marks in the geography subject. Then coming to the polity part, I think Lakshmikant is a very good book, but you must read it selectively. Apart from this, newspaper reading is also going to be very beneficial in solving the questions related to polity. We can use many articles of our constitution in many answers. Apart from this, the website of GS score is also going to be very beneficial. You can use the questions and the ideal answers which they put on their website. You can also use the Evernote app to make short notes online. This is going to be a very smarter trick because you can have different tags which are going to be beneficial in the revision part. I think both content and presentation are equally important in the paper of general studies. So what we can do is to make more pointers in our answer so that the person who is checking our answer sheet understands the answer quickly. Apart from this, what we can do is to make use of other techniques, like make few structures that fit into various answers. For example, if we make a structure of introduction, functions, challenges and the solutions, if this structure can be used in different answers, then I think we do have a more comprehensive and easily writing process during the exam. So then comes the paper of general English. Now there are idioms and phrasal verbs and sentence correction. For these, I think we can refer the book of Objective English by S.P. Bakshi, or we can also use SSC notes for this. I am thankful to my friends Rishika and Divya because they helped me in both these papers of GS and English. Now coming to the paragraph writing. So what happens is that we are given a statement, and on that we need to write a paragraph. What I did was to relate an ongoing and important topic which fits into that statement and write more and more in that paragraph on that moment or that issue. For example, in 2019 ISS exam, there was a sentence that to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else's greatest accomplishment. On this, I think I would write on the current wave of feminism that focuses on choice, because this is something which relates to the sentence which is given. Also in the English paper comes the essay writing, which is my favorite topic. So we need to write an essay of not more than 800 words. What I did was to adopt the methodologies of Anudeep Durishetty sir, Soumya Sharma ma'am and Vikram Grewal sir. Their videos are available on YouTube. So my strategy was such that I will write 15 paragraphs. Each paragraph will consist of 50 to 60 words, and first three paragraphs would consist of the introduction, then the 10 paragraphs will consist of the main body, and the last 2 paragraphs are going to be of the conclusion. I suggest you to write at least 5 essays on the core issues which can come in the examination, and I also did the same thing. For example, I wrote an essay on the social media, and this time in my exam there was essay on the social media as well. So that helped me a lot, and I did not even get any time for revision, and I could write it at the same time. So for the introduction part, I think that the introduction should build the interest of the reader. So for that you can write some contrasting stories, never used or never read facts Now coming to the main body, I think the main body you need to write on various dimensions. For that I used a formula of SPECLY, that is social, political, economic, cultural, legal, economic, and environment and humanistic dimensions. All these kinds of things are available on internet. Apart from this, I think essay is a very good opportunity to demonstrate our own values. I would not suggest any extra source, because much of the material is already covered during the preparation of general studies. But we should be very mindful that English subject should not be ignored at all. I think in fact it can be much more scoring than the general studies, even without that much work or that much smartness required in the paper of general studies. Regarding the conclusion, I think we must end the essay with a positive note. You can cite different Supreme Court judgments. You can also use quotes of various world leaders. Apart from this, I think we can also use some articles of Constitution. For this, I am very thankful to my friend Saval, who constantly checked my essays and helped me in improving the essay. I am also thankful to my sister Medadi, who also used to check and give me suggestions accordingly. I am very thankful to the channel of Delhi Knowledge Track. I would suggest you to like, share and comment on this video. I would also ask you and request you to share this video and other videos of Delhi Knowledge Track. Thank you and best wishes for your examination.